What can you prototype in just 40 minutes? In this video, the learners of the Master Service Design of the HSLU share 24 prototypes they create in 14 minutes during their first day of service design practice. During the 30-second pitches, you'll discover how these service design practitioners made plans based on field research in full existing services. There is a rich diversity in the ways of approaching prototyping, going from legal serious play to process mapping and even reviewing. A big thank you to all the learners who have agreed to make these short video pitches available in the coming. Yeah, let's get into it.
I was working on the cafeteria sense. There were a few issues, but I focused on three things. People not really knowing what's on the menu, especially that most things are in German and there are international students. People not really knowing what the prices are until they go to pay. People not knowing where to walk, how to go to like where the line starts and so on. So what I came up with was basically here, there would be two signs of the menus, which are here or be prototypes of the menus, one in German, one in English. Also, there would be a QR code if you also look at it on your phone when you're still waiting in line as well. And people would just walk. There would be arrows on the floor. And then you would just get your tray, I will say, and give credit to Priyan, because I did steal the self-service part from her. But yeah, you would just get your software and then go to the end to pay.
Introducing the process, and at the end, I identified that communication is really important when you go to the cafeteria, because a lot of students reported that they had issues with it. And no, it didn't feel very welcomed. I tried to improve the communication. For example, I think it would be really nice to have the team. So maybe some kind of information, the name and some habits, for example. And also the balcony like to somehow show the menu, and also a QR code to show the English menu. And yes, I also tried to show the queue, because I think this is also a point that can be really improved. And in the second prototype, you can see another version where we would separate snacks and lunch. It would be, 0 to 4.
The student printing experience is all about the resource management. You need paper and you need color. And I wanted to address that problem, because at the moment, people there, the two managers, they had no clue about the status of each printer. So they have to walk through the building and check every printer, like no paper. And the first prototype addresses this problem from the facility management side. They could have the dashboard where they see the status of the printer, then warning occurs, and they can click on the printer and see, oh, I need to change the black coloring is printed. And I addressed this hint problem from the different side. So imagine you're a student and want to print something, and then it's super annoying if there's no paper or color. And at the moment they say, write an email, describe the problem and say the serial number. And my solution is a circle device where we just have a button to notify.
So my topic is all about time management at the digital. So we have here a graph, emotional cohort, where you can see it gets vary from positive to a negative side. There are like routines daily. One of the main topics here is like the modules, which you can't delete out of your calendar. There, one idea was that you only have your core modules present in your calendar. There can separately add chosen modules there all at once, like the media module where you have to build everything by your own. The other one here is that you drag your modules, drag and drop up to see also where something is not available anymore, and also which overlapping are to get notified about it. And then at the end, you can subscribe to all of them at once, so you get always up to date. So during the last project week, I realized that some people that I worked with had no idea about the collaborative tool, which I use almost in my daily life. So I realized that we have to share our tool knowledge a little bit more. My 3 prototypes turned out to be basically one, but on different touch points. On the cards that are already existing, we could present what tools we are knowledgeable in. Most important one is though this one. In every project 3, when we have a bit of an idea what we're going to do, it would be nice to announce at the moment where it's actually in our heads, who already has some knowledge, who would like to share their knowledge, who can we approach during the course. You could even make it a business and put that somewhere on the board. Maybe gain some ECTS points. This guy here is winning these ECTS points by sharing his knowledge. Yeah, do it like this.
Our topic is about admission process and life of students afterward. Here, I thought of what are programs we fit from start to end. There were so many websites we had to first to enroll, then to think of. There were so many events and also organizations within this university that have different websites when you have to log in. I thought of one stop for all, where students would log in and get from international students. There could be multiple languages and one-stop shop for everything, where all of your documents you have uploaded till now are visible to you and you can upload in case for future. And I also spoke with the admin and found out that there is a gap of they find that my campus has information, but students find there's no information. Apart from this logical thought, I thought of making it into a gamified version where you can come and have different activities and events. The service I chose is the pedestrian walk from a train station to our university. This is the first prototype. I chose two touch points, which is the crossing for the pedestrian crossing. And the first one, if you remember, there's nothing happened and you could hit by the bus because you don't know when you can cross. And then the prototype shows the red light one and putting the red light simply there. The bus and every other vehicle knows that people are rushing to and from the Bahnhof to somewhere else. And the second one is the second pedestrian walk. Same solution that I put there, but we could have moved the pedestrian crossing closer to them. I took some of your ideas and inspired. The second prototype is from the Bible. I call it the crossing A. We could have put subway crossing. Because why not? Because people are rushing mostly. And then on the second one, we could have add more pedestrian crossing, the skywalk. And I think that would be more safety. I'm also doing the cafeteria, but there were a lot of issues that came across. And also the problems that I heard, some of them were, they were very long queues. And you had to queue in the same long line for everything. So whether you want a snack or you want a meal, you have to be in the same line, which is annoying. A lot of people express their frustration. And they said that there was less food options. I wanted to do something like a self-service space, like a kiosk where you have a digital thing where you can choose your food options. Or if you just want to grab a snack and come here and pay for it, you could do that as well. This is over here, you could see it says order, ready, or in preparation. So you know when your food is going to be ready or if you have to wait. Basically, the problem I realized I wanted to solve in the service is our portal is a mess. Like no one knows where to do anything. And we have so many touch points. So my idea was like to develop like a software or a portal with more visual communication stuff. Thinking about how we've done at Trump do it in America and in English. English is a language we all get, so it would be an easier way to do it. And the prototype is basically you land and you get to know what we have for you. You get to see the sport clubs, language courses, international community, there's some boards, courses. And then the other is go to your student site, and on the student site, you're going to find description, what is a core model, what is a Pokemon model, or where it's at other courses and all the information you can find there. I have chose Lidl and Fruke as my service, and the problem I solved is Dirty Basket. Basically, some users had the consistency of saying they feel that their food is in contact with the Dirty Basket and they don't like. I decided to introduce basket cleaning systems that will standardize it every 6 hours. Basically, every 6 hours, there's a system reminder, and the employee of Lidl goes and gets fresh baskets into the spot. She takes dirty baskets away. She signs that it was done. She goes and takes used baskets into automated basket cleaning machine or outsource professional cleaning, and then the cycle would be. For the second prototype, the idea is to outsource cleaning to customers itself. The customer comes and she sees a dirty basket. What she goes is she goes to the cleaning station. However, the employee checks the cleaning station and every 2 hours makes sure that everything is refilled. She cleans it herself. She goes shopping. She's happy that her carrots are clean. And when she's done, she puts it back and the cycle repeats.
As you may have known, I am doing the ticketing at the boat office of Lucerne. If you go to a tourism office in general, you like to have the information directly and in your language, if possible. By interviewing people, I understood that it was not the case in Lucerne. So I decided to do a first prototype of the website. So it's actually a real website, but I decided to change it a bit and that you have directly the information of the boat that you are taking. For example, here you can click on it and it's very interactive. Then you receive the PDF of your journey so that you know exactly where you're going. But we'll not take this one, we'll take the paper one. So you have it here, you have all the colors right there and all the information. So we imagine our little Playmobiles. It's a family, they have here the little flyer and they do the queue to go and take it. You have to know that they are in all languages. So before going to the office, they already have it, all the information in their language. And I think it's life-changing for tourism.
So the idea was about the sport program from the university. So one of the main problems was that actually a lot of people didn't know about that and it was not really accessible on the website. So what I thought about was like make it more accessible on the website and more relevant. It should be like a user journey in the website and implement that in the homepage and have a bit more information about the different courses and how you can book the courses and maybe some like calendars where you can see like an overview of the different courses. And one other idea was prototype was about creating a digital app about so more like a digital version of our student card and where they can use to book classes for sports, but maybe not just for sports and cheap and everything about the universe.
What can you prototype in 40 minutes? The answer, as you've seen it, is catalog.